Hi, Davide here, and welcome back to my channel, The Impertinent Collector. Starting from today, I will be sharing with you the collections that I started making when I was 8 years old. Some of the items are quite old, in fact, are ancient. Some others are more contemporary. Some hold quite a significant economic value, while some others they purely have a huge sentimental value. However, make no mistake, every single item in this collection had such a pulling power that I brought them with me wherever I went as I traveled and went living around the world. Now, this particular this particular object is a gift that I acquired 4 or 5 years ago from my dear Auntie Julie, or Giulia in Italian. My father used to call her Giulietta, most likely mocking her on one of the most popular 1960-1970s Alfa Romeo cars, whose very successful advertising campaigns used to say purity of lines and perfection of mechanics. And in fact, our Giulietta, the auntie, not the car, was blessed with incredible looks and the most wonderful disposition. Now, back to our item. This particular item used to belong to my maternal grandparents, Cesare and Livia. Livia, as I would have to call her mommy, she forced me to since an early age, as she claimed that according to her, calling her grandmother was highly diminutive of her youthful look and energetic nature. This particular item is then a coffee cup, but not any coffee cup. This is part of a set of Imari Porcelain coffee cups that were given to my grandparents as a wedding gift when they married in 1938. Now, anything to do with porcelain itself is quite fascinating because it takes us back to the secret of the Chinese. They were the only one that for centuries could produce porcelain. This one was Japanese porcelain, and it was entirely produced for the European market. And in fact, it started producing in this region called Arita in the south of Japan. Then it would be shipped by carriage to Imari, from which it took the name. And then from Imari, it would be shipped to Nagasaki. And Nagasaki was the commercial hub of the Dutch West India Company. They would ship it back to Europe, where the demand was immense. So you have to imagine this product that was entirely for the European market had all sorts of designers trying to figure out back then what was the European taste. Now this trade from Imari started in 1650 and carry on to these days. So one just have to imagine all these designers, all the care that has been put in putting this porcelain, very delicate porcelain, into packages and then ship them, back to Europe. An extremely perilous journey, obviously. Even in the late 30s, when my grandparents received it as a gift, it was still happening by ship. But guess what? All the care across the world to make sure that this set safely arrived at my grandparents' house and the moment they were in package there. Because my grandparents, in their own right, they were very eclectic people. They were not a very normal husband and wife. And on top of that, they had 5 children through the years that were themselves a fault of nature, even if nobody claims any responsibility for the cups that has been smashed through the years. And so these cups stand no chance to survive. But of these original cups, one did survive. And it's this one here that is safely back with me in Sydney, Australia. And sometime in the morning on my balcony, I'll use it to make myself a coffee. I drink a nice espresso out of it. And in doing that, I cultivate this idea that I'm perpetuating a ritual of my grandfather, that in his big empty house, after all the 5 children have left, and the wife too, obviously, contemplating on a life of adventures, was still trying to figure out how something so delicate could have survived through the years. And this is the story of my Imari coffee cup from my grandparents. If you like this content, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I have plenty more objects to show you with their whole history. Ciao!